What's up, YouTube? Back at it with another video today. And today we're talking about acceptance. So what I mean by acceptance, I was in a time in my life right now where things was kind of rough. And I didn't want to accept what was right in front of me. Like, that process of what was going on was just so real and so devastating to me that I didn't want to accept it. And now that I've reached to a point of acceptance, I just feel like it's important that we talk about the steps that we go through, the steps that hold us to things that we need to let go. Because for me, one thing in my life that I try to do is always accept things for what they are and move on past it. Because it's too easy to get caught up in the things that we want. I want this for me. This should be mine. I want this. This should be mine. But it's not always like that. You don't always get what you want. This episode of Arnold's Thoughts Podcast is sponsored by Boldclaims Apparel. Bold Claims. It's not just a statement, it's a lifestyle. Click the link in the bio and shop their latest apparel today. Back to the episode. Sometimes everything that we want so much isn't meant for us, and we got to understand that it's not just meant for us, that we got to accept that and move on past that. Like, it doesn't, I'm talking about like relationships, I'm talking about a job, I'm talking about an opportunity. Sometimes it be like the most important things to us in our life, and we believe like, this is it. This is the thing that's going to change my life. This is the thing that's going to get me over the hump. This is the step that finally came, that's my support to just help me get to where I want in life, but it don't be. And so like we get hurt and we start to doubt ourselves, and we start to doubt, do we know what we're talking about? We start to doubt a lot of things that we held on true to because we believe this is what was supposed to help us out of our situation. This was supposed to be it. This is supposed to be the thing that gave us what we wanted. But it don't be that sometimes. And we hold on to that and don't let it go. I myself was holding on to something that I just did not want to let go because you just don't want it to be true. You don't want it to be true, but the moment you accept it for what it is, you can move on. You can move on. You can embrace it, learn from it, because every lesson in life is something you learn from. Like everything bad, everything that happens bad is just a lesson in life that we take it as bad. Like, this is something bad in my life. This is something that's changed my life. This is something that really made me upset or changed me in some way. We have to accept it to move on past it. So I was looking up on Google, and it was just talking about the stages of acceptance. And I was just like, this is pretty much my own situation, what I went through. Like, the things that I went through, I kind of looked it up to see, like, just what are the stages of acceptance. And they just have their breakdown. And I just want to go in and elaborate on each step of mine, how I felt as I was going through it the same way, to see if it can help you guys, relate. If you relate to what I'm going through, like, do you feel the way I felt in this moment? Like, does it touch you the way that it touched me? And then you've been in that situation where you had to I was there. I felt that. I felt the same way you was feeling in that moment. So let's just go through the stages, right? So the first one, it says normal existence. Capable of an object, valid reasoning, unconcluded by doubt and undue emotion. I feel like that's just a moment. Okay, so like for me, I had like when I got the bad news, because it says it's always triggered by bad news. The second step was receipt of bad news. It's like, wow, that's bad news. Something bad was told to you, something happened, it was bad news, right? And the first thought is you're numb. For me, my first thought was I was just numb. Like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm just so numb to this feeling that I can't, like, I don't know if I'm upset, if I'm mad, if I'm sad. It just doesn't matter in this moment because I'm just so numb. Like that first, just in the moment existence, like I did not know what to do. I just was stuck. I was just stuck. Got bad news and I was stuck. Third step, denial. I don't believe it. There is no way. There's no way. Ain't that what we always say to ourselves? Ain't no way that's happening. Ain't no way that happened to me, man. Ain't no way I can believe this is happening. I don't believe it. No, I don't accept it. The first thing we say is, I don't accept it. I don't believe it. It's not true. I don't believe it. There's no way this could be true. This can't be what I think it is. I put so much of my heart, I put so much of my soul, my passion, my love, everything into this, whatever it may be, and it's not what I thought it would be. It's not what you said it would be. It's not what someone promised you. It's not what someone held loyal to you. It's not the job. They fired you on the spot. I don't believe it. First thing we do, denial. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Then what happened? Step 4, anger. Upset. Man, we get in our feelings. I get in my feelings. This is literally every step that happened with me. I didn't believe it. Then I was upset. I was so upset because for me, I was upset because I just was tired. I was just like, for me, in my point of my life, I was just tired of so much disappointment. Like, it seemed like even when good things are happening, I get disappointed by people. Like, I've been disappointed by so many people this year. Like, just let down from just like the closest. I think everybody that I've held really close to me have let me down. Like, the closest people to me just completely let me down. Like, and I know on my end, I've done everything I can to really be there for these people. Show them like, hey man, I got your back. I'll do whatever thing we can build together. We can do this together. They let you down. They let you down and it hurts. It is hurt. You get upset. You get in your feelings. I got my feelings. I'm gonna talk about me. Like this was my journey through it. Like I really got upset and I got in my feelings and I almost let that make me act a certain way. But I understand that a person or a situation can't dictate the way I move and the actions that I take. You know, don't let your current circumstance dictate your future actions. Because that's all it is, your current circumstance. You can't let that dictate your future actions into doing something like detrimental to yourself. Like, oh, well, now I'm going to go do this and now I'm going to turn back into this person. Because the first thing we want to do is go back and be the old person. Look, I'm back. Return of the Mac. I'm back doing what I want to be doing. Don't let that current circumstance just change the way you see and perceive things and stop the growth or majority of the times where we get hurt, or like me when I get hurt is like because we've made so much progress. It's like, man, I finally made progress in this one aspect and then something happened that just drops all that. And it's like, dang, I got to start back over again. I thought I was past this point. So we get upset, we get upset. I know me, I got upset, and then you start, if you do not check that anger, if you do not change it and understand what stage you're in and do something to change that, you'll start allowing that pain or circumstance, that bad news, whatever it is, change you into something that you don't want to be. Or it was going to change me into somebody I didn't want to be. I know the type of person I am. I know the type of person I want to be. And being upset and angry at another person, another human being, is never something I want to be. For me personally, that is not the life that I want to live. I don't want to go through a life where I'm upset and angry at someone else because I can't let something go. Like, for me, I need to let things, understand that the faster you come to the acceptance of what is, the faster you can move on with your life. And I just came to that conclusion so I wouldn't just be angry anymore. because we get so angry, and then stage 5, depression. Down, you get down. Dealing with depression. Everybody, I believe everybody at one form or time in their life, I think at many forms and times of your life, we deal with depression. Everybody goes through a form of depression at some point in time in their life. No matter what it is, somebody or something's going to happen that's going to trigger your life, and it's going to allow you, it's going to put you in a hole. You're going to go in this dark hole. You're going to be feeling down. You're going to be feeling like nobody cares, and everything with me is going down, and I feel like nobody understands, and how can we all go through it. Everybody goes through the feeling. Everybody goes through that feeling. So if you're dealing with it today, just understand that you're not by yourself. And the more we talk about it and the more we express ourselves and say, hey, I am going through a tough time right now. Hey, I do feel down right now. Hey, I can't see a way out right now. We got to have some people to lean on to that can just give us that rejuvenate, that can help us get back on track, because everybody deals with this. Everybody goes through some sort of depression, something that they've been doing, like, I haven't been in a job. They be in a job. I haven't worked in so long. So they get down and they start beating themselves up. Everybody goes through that. Everybody goes through that at some point, some form of their life. And we just have to make the conversation more open for those who need it. Sometimes, like, I need it. I go through it. It's a part of accepting it. A part of the acceptance, like, circle. You can't just be like, well, I never get depressed and it's not that big. Yes, it happens to us all. We all go through it. And just sometimes just letting that out and just say, man, I go through it, because I guarantee you probably somebody going through it at the same time as you. It's all a part of the circle of acceptance. You're going to have that down moment. You're going to have that down moment. I had my down moment. I still am down sometimes. Still get down sometimes. It's like, but it's okay. That's the whole thing. It is okay to be down, to be depressed. Let that time go. Because if you don't ever allow yourself to feel that, you're going to hold it. And you hold it, and it's going to, when it do hit you, it's going to come out way worse. You know how everybody, when you hold something in and you do not release that, it's going to be more hurtful to yourself and the people around you. It always causes you to vary off and do something that's going to do more harm to you than good. Bargaining. Let me read this. It says, bargaining. I might as well agree things are not going to change. A miracle is not going to happen. If I can do that, I can at least get on with the rest of my life. Besides, I can get out of all the wallowing in misery and avoidance. I can think clearly again, manage the problem better, and work more effectively on possible solutions. Yes. Work more on possible solutions. We all be like, man, but what if? I was like, what if things change, man? What if things change? You never know, something might happen and things are changing. It might work out this time and this might go this way. Bargaining to try to make yourself believe something that's already happened. Believe what is what it is. It is what it is. We're trying to bargain with ourselves and make this, but a miracle can happen, but this can happen. A lot of times when we know, when you know something is what it is, like, man, this is really over, or this is really how it is. It's literally a weight that drops off your shoulder. Like, okay, well, this is what it is. Let me start looking for a way to pick myself back up, get my life back together, get my life back going, because it is tough. It is tough to just, and we try to sway, like you looking at yourself in the mirror trying to make yourself believe something that is not changing, or in that moment. And that moment, it is what it is. We all know, but we do not deny. Try to get yourself to understand something that ain't what it is. It's okay. And that's what brings us to the last step, acceptance. Well, it could be worse. We'll just have to make the best of it, and starting to look like a blessing in disguise. glad this happened. That's acceptance. That right there is acceptance. This could be my blessing in disguise. I'm glad this happened, because everything that was holding us back, and we think that, man, I wasn't going to see a light out of this, and this is something that I truly believed in. How could this happen to me? Could be your blessing in disguise to get you right where you need to be. That's how it's got to be looked at. When you finally accept that, you start looking at the other side, a different perspective, and understanding this is exactly what I needed, and this is exactly what's going to push me into the direction that I need to go. This is a blessing in disguise. This is my blessing in disguise. If I just accept it is what it is. You know what? Now I change my perspective. Now I change the way I look at things, and I understand that, hey, there's better out there. Because everything you go through is going to push you to something greater. So if you get through this and you accept that, you know something better is out there for me. If I went through this, that means something better is out there for me. Better job, better career, better relationship, whatever it is. I know something is better out there for me. That's why when you finally accept life for what it is and situations for what it is, then you can move on past it. And you can start looking at that situation as a learning moment in your life and accept it for what it is, so you can move on and start seeking out and just start letting the things that's greater for you come towards you. Because we can't get caught up in the wallowing, the anger, all of it. Let's just come to a moment of acceptance, get that weight off of our shoulders, and we just keep pushing forward and keep getting better and keep look forward to the greater things in life. You know, so that's pretty much all I got for you guys today, man. Thank you for tapping in the Honest Thoughts podcast, where we just come and talk about things of life, and we talk about keys to the game. We talk about the life of what we go through as athletes, as humans, and we just learn and grow and strive for greatness together. Till next time.